Hey everybody, Joe Tratola here, just doing the follow-up from last week. I had the pleasure to spend last weekend in Austin, Texas at the Digital BGA Mastermind, and I have to tell you, I had a great time, met a lot of great people, learned a lot of great things. So this is actually the follow-up from last Monday. So today we're going to be doing doctor networks, MAPD plans, and we're going to be doing the questions and answers. So real quick, the disclaimers, and I wanted to kind of jump in real quick. We have a few tips. When you're looking up the doctors, the first thing I would always encourage everybody to do is to always look up the doctors using the internet. You learn a lot by doing this each time. You know, primarily number one, you do not want to rely on the client to spell the name correctly. Um, Clients can butcher the names very easily. And then also, you want to verify that specific doctor because a lot of doctors have the same last name. And for example, you know, Johnson, Smith, Gupta, Syed, these are not uncommon last names, especially in the medical field. You certainly also want to verify their location. Some HMOs will contract with a doctor at one location and not at the other location. So it's very important. We see that with some of the carriers. And then finally, I say this all the time, always make it a habit, always screenshot the doctor network proof. You want to give it to the client, you want to email it to them if you're doing the business over the telephone, and you always want to store a copy in the file. So let's go through some questions and answers. I've only received three. I was actually hoping for a bit more, but I only got three. So we'll work with the ones that we have. So Bill G asks, I heard Go Health has a great doctor find tool. So you heard partly true. The tool that is good to use, and you don't want to like index the insurance company, and it's not really one that I promote. But if you take a look here, eHealth has one where you can just add your doctors. It's a very quick one to get to. You can plug in the doctors and it'll show you the plans that the doctors are a part of. The other one that you can use as well, if you have contracts with us, you have the ability to use both Connecture as well as Sunfire. And if you have the contracts with somebody else, check with your upline to see whether or not you can do Connecture or Sunfire. We offer both. So I'm pulling up the Sunfire matrix really quick. It should pop up right here. But in the Sunfire matrix, I'm just going to show you all what it looks like really quick. And I'm using two screens here, but you have the ability to use the doctor lookup tool when you're looking up a Medicare Advantage plan. I find that the Sunfire matrix is not 100% accurate. I find eHealth is a bit more accurate, but you can certainly use both of them to look up doctors. So that's an easy tool. The other tool that you want to consider using is the actual insurance company's doctor directory. It's always good to have them on a um, like a bookmark here. We have it somewhere. I don't know where it is, doctor directory. So you can just basically go to all the different ones. We have it all set up here. If you guys like the video and you send me a message, I'll send you over all the links for all the doctor directories, and that way you can look it up really quick. At the end of the day, you want to use the carrier's doctor directory as the final decision making of where the actual whether or not the doctor's in the network. Do not rely on the third party websites as your only network doctor proof. You certainly want to use the carrier's website. Question number two from Tom. What do you do when they see a PA or an NP? So the question is, what do you do when the client sees a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner? In some of the carriers, they don't allow a PA or an NP to serve as a primary care physician. So first question I would ask is, who is their primary care physician superior? Who do they report to? Who do they work under? Because each profession has to work underneath a medical doctor or a DO. And then from there, I would then go and look up that particular doctor or that office in the network. Jerry, his question is, what do you do if one doctor is in the network, but the other isn't in the network in the same office? Okay, so what do you do if a person goes into a doctor's office, like a medical group, and right, Jerry, I apologize. I think what I'm reading into your question is what do you do when the doctor that they're seeing is not in the network, but then there's a doctor in the practice that is in the network? What do you do in a case like that? Well, certainly don't put the other doctor down and just assume everything's going to be okay. You want to actually give that doctor's office a call, let them know that you're working with a patient of theirs and you're trying to sort out their insurance and make sure that they get the right insurance so they can continue going to that office. Let the people know on the other end of the phone that you noticed that Dr. So and so is in the network, but Dr. Who is not in the network. And then they'll usually tell you, you can go ahead and put down the doctor that's in the network. That's just how that office is structured, and that's how that office is set up. So that's how I would do it. I would actually call the office and find out. And so I hope that answers your guys' questions. Um, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're getting a lot of views on our videos. Our subscriptions gone up almost double. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do it. Please, please, please subscribe. Hit the like button. You want to tune in every Monday and Thursday for our weekly training. I'm going to double stack it for Thursday. And then, as I said, what we do is we go over all the questions and I try to share with everybody best practices, tips, and strategies. So if you've gotten this far, if you send me a note or if you kind of comment at the bottom of the video, I will send you a link of all the doctor directories, all mapped out, ready to go. We have about 15 of them, and that way you can just bookmark each one of them to your browser. So with that, I wish you a very happy and healthy week, and take care.